Tom, and today I'll be giving you an introduction to ethics. So first of all, what is ethics? Well, Peter Singer, a famous ethicist, has described ethics in the following way. Ethics is not a matter of factual knowledge in the way that sciences or other branches of inquiry are. Rather, it has to do with determining the nature of normative theories and applying these sets of principles to practical moral problems. Now, in this description, Peter Singer raises an important concept, and that is the concept of normative theories. So what is a normative theory? Well, let's consider the following problem, which is a moral dilemma. In this problem, you are situated here, and you are in control of a lever. This lever controls the path of a trolley, which will go down one of two tracks according to how you act. If you don't pull the lever, the trolley will continue on its original track and run over 5 people and kill them. If you choose to act and change the lever, the track will be changed and the trolley will run over only one person, killing them. So you currently have a choice. You can choose to either pull the lever and save 5 people, but 1 person will die, or alternatively, you can choose to not pull the lever and let the 5 people die. So let's now consider this problem according to different normative theories. First, let's consider deontology. Deontology is a rule or obligation-based theory, and in this system we might consider that there be a rule which says you should not choose to kill someone without their permission, since we don't have this person's permission to kill them in order to save the 5 people. And according to this system, we don't pull the lever. In an alternative moral system or normative theory, we could consider consequentialism. Consequentialism is an outcome-based theory, and according to this theory we might say something like you should save the life of as many people as possible, even if that means others die. So according to this normative theory, we would probably choose to pull the lever. Let's consider one more normative theory, virtue ethics. Virtue ethics is a character-based theory and is a little bit more subjective than the other two which I just presented. It asks questions like, whatever the action, what does it say about you, the person? What is the intention, or what are the benefits of the action? In this sense, virtue ethics doesn't offer much action guidance, and the choice could be either that we pull the lever or not pull the lever, and both could be considered equally morally good. So this is one of the problems of virtue ethics, but it's still very popular. So far, in the study of ethics, we've only considered normative ethics. Other areas of study exist also. One such area, meta-ethics, attempts to study what the fundamental aspects of normative ethics entails. For example, what is the nature of being good, or what is the definition of goodness, for example. Another area of study is applied ethics. This is where we take normative ethics and we apply those normative theories to real-life situations. Lastly, there is the field of descriptive ethics. Descriptive ethics attempts to quantify what people believe about ethics, what people believe is good and bad. Considering that applied ethics and descriptive ethics are rather straightforward conceptually, I will now turn attention to meta-ethics. Where normative ethics asks what actions are moral or immoral, meta-ethics asks more general questions and some more fundamental or deeper questions about morality. For example, what is the meaning of moral terms and judgments? In other words, what are the semantics behind some of these terms we use or the judgments we make? Another group of questions we can ask is about the nature of moral judgments. For example, do moral facts exist, or is morality completely subjective? Finally, in meta-ethics, we can ask, why should we be moral at all? We can try to justify our ethical theories. So, in summary, ethics centers around normative theories and their application. Normative theories include deontology, consequentialism, and virtue ethics. Applied ethics considers real-life scenarios and what actions we should take. Descriptive ethics analyzes people's beliefs about morality. Meta-ethics asks questions fundamental to the meaning, nature, and justification of normative ethics.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening to ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Night Forum for today. My name is Nurul Afika Bitroski. I'm a lecturer from PMJB as the chairperson tonight. First of all, I would like to thank to all of the audience in front of me. Thank you very much for attending the forum for today. Our topic for tonight is ethics. Okay, I would like to introduce our panels for tonight. On the left me is Arifah Syafiqa, Doctor of Philosophy of University Malaya. Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, next to her is our specially invited actress, Miss Nur Emilia. For your information, she is the winner of the Best Actor Award for the year 2018. A big clap for her.
Congratulations.
And for the last of guests for tonight is Ustazah Nufarehan binti Ahmad from University Islam Antarabangsa. Assalamualaikum Ustazah.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, welcome to our forum for today. Okay, we all know ethics is very important in our life. Islamic concept of ethics, the Arabic term ahlak, singular khulud, is literally translated into English as ethics. Technically, khulud means ancient, custom, and to mere religion, character, ideology, or doctrine, madhab. Another Arabic word which is interchangeable to ahlak is adab. Adab means manner, attitude, behavior, and etiquette of putting things in their proper place. Okay, moral commandment of ethics in Islam. First is worship on God, be kind, however, and humble to one's parents. Then, do not commit adultery, do not kill unjustly, care for oppression children, keep one's promises, be honest and fair in one's interactions, and else. Okay, for further detail about the topic, I would like to seek an information from the first panel. Next to the night, me is Ustazah Farah. Could you explain about characteristics in Islam?
Thanks to our chairperson, Afika Rosli. Okay, so the characteristic of ethics in Islam, the first is Islamic ethics is transcendental. In Islam, source of morality transcends human desires and cultures. It is divine code which descended from the divine realms. The second is man nature is not evil nor graceless, but God is his fitrah. Man is born with a good natural disposition. Every traits are acquired and additional to the human nature. Upon birth, man is innocent and his nature is not gracious, which requires redemption or baptism to wash his original sin. Then, Islamic moral standards teach universal justice and human equity. First of all, ethical propositions do reflect universal moral truths regardless of culture, race, religion, nationality, or any other distinguishing feature. Thus, moral relativism has no place in Islam. Okay. Then, human conducts are judged to be ethical or otherwise depending on the intention of the individual and with the divine text. Human conduct is considered morally good amal saleh by fulfilling two conditions. First, the conduct must be done with good motive, niyah hasanah. Second, must be in accordance with the norms of Sharia. In this case, both the motive and means weigh of conduct must be good. Good intentions cannot turn immoral actions into good, while good outcomes cannot justify the morality of immoral means. As such, Islamic ethical system is neither consequential nor utilitarian. After that, Islam grants to all the right of enjoying their natural rights such as freedom and liberty, but not on the expenses of accountability and justice. Individuals are free to speak of their mind and act according to their free will. However, their freedom and liberty ends where the right of others begin. Islam offers an open system approach to ethics, not self-oriented system. The entire human race is considered as one entity. Decisions that benefit the majority nor minority are not necessarily ethical themselves. In the Islamic conception, ethics is not a number game. Therefore, Islam rejects the utilitarian contention that says moral ethics is whatever brings the greatest happiness to the greatest number of people. Ethical values aim to bring human interests and to prevent hardship. Islam enjoys Muslims imposing their own needs, however, not till putting them into trouble.
We move to our Doctor of Philosophy, Arifah. Maybe she would like to share about classifying ethics in Islamic finance.
Thank you, Chairperson. Okay, ethics in Islamic finance. Islamic finance means Sharia compliant and ethical investment. Both mandate ethics in industry. Ethics are connected to survivability. Therefore, ethics in Islamic finance can be defined as financial services and contracts that require ethics in implementation. Adhering to ethics reduces transaction costs and contract enforcement costs. Characteristics of ethics in Islamic finance have many. Firstly, honesty and fair trade. Any matters in financial services have to be conducted in the basis of honesty and fair dealings. Bank and customer therefore should not engage in manipulation, cheating or any other actions that lead to taking advantage for certain situations. Second, disclosure and transparency. Bank therefore has to disclose everything relating to services provided to customers, including charges. Third, prohibition of riba. Islam emphasizes to banks and any other parties involved in financial services to stay away from interest because it will lead to zero-sum game. Then, prohibition of speculation. Islam always prohibits speculation in every transaction. Speculations always involved in banking, especially in currency trading. Next, prohibition in immoral business activities. Financial services cannot provide funds, especially for the firms those are already known for immoral purposes. And lastly is leveraging discouragement. Islam discourages people to involve in debt. However, in debts for the maslahah, it is allowed.
Okay, now we're back to Ustazah Faraihan. Maybe she has something to explain more about ethics in Islam and conventional finance.
Okay, now I will explain aspect of ethics between Islamic and conventional finance. The first is honesty and fair trade. In Islam, emphasize on honesty and fair dealings. Meanwhile, conventional does not emphasize on honesty and fair dealing. Second is disclosure and transparency. In Islam, every transaction has to be disclosed, while conventional is no disclosure such as hidden charge and penalty charge. The third is prohibition of riba. In Islam, strictly prohibited on riba-based transaction in profit making, while the conventional is applying riba-based transaction in profit making such as compounding.
Okay, thank you for the precise explanation from Dr. Arifah and Ustazah Faraihan. This is time we are most waiting. Miss Emilia, would you like to share your experience during your career as artist? What ethics from the view of other religion and ethics as an artist are working in the world?
Thank you to the chairperson. Okay. Based on my experience, every country has many religions. Each religion has its own ethical ideology in their life. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit about ethics in Christian, Jewish and Confucius. Okay, ethics in Christian. Ethics in Christian is religion focus on the scripture reference material Bible. Ethics in Christian is explained in the Testament and Old Testament. Humans are God-centric. 10 commandments have to abide by oneness of God, not use the God's name for immoral purpose. Saturday is holiday and honor your father and your mother. Next statement emphasize on holiday, encourage the believer to accumulate wealth for heaven and prohibition of immoral activities. Jewish ethics are considered to be at the intersection of Judaism and the Western philosophical considered to be at the intersection of Judaism and the Western philosophical tradition and of ethics. Principle in Jewish ethics. First is major theme in biblical ethics, summarize of classical rabbinic ethics.
Miss, can I give some explanation about the major themes in biblical ethics?
Yes, sure, you can.
Okay, actually, the writings attributed to the biblical prophets exhort all people to lead a righteous life, kindness to the needy, benevolence, faith, compassion for the suffering, a peace-loving disposition, and a truly humble and complete spirit are the virtues which the prophets hold up for emulation. Second, summaries of classical rabbinic ethics.
Could I add a bit about Confucianism and Neo?
Okay, yes.
Okay, Confucianism emphasized the maintenance sorry. Sorry. Tak apalah, cut je. Apa nama you?
Chairperson.
Bukan lah, Afika je lah, nama je lah.
Miss Puan.
Our dear lah. Our dear Afika, can I add a bit about Confucianism and Neo?
Yes, can.
Okay, based on my research, Confucianism emphasize the maintenance and propriety of relationship as the most important consideration in ethics. To be ethical is to do what one relationship requires, not a belief toward you or to another person is inversely proportional to their distance from you. In other words, you owe your parents everything, but you are not in any way obligated to strangers. This can be seen as a recognition of the fact that it is impossible to love the entire world equally and simultaneously.
Our firm is almost of the end. So, the conclusion of the decision about ethics, we know everything in our life needs ethics, even as a student has to follow the ethics that are fixed. Before our forum ending, let's watch some video that we had interviewed some society's opinion in environment. Let's watch.
Puja tahu tak etika apa? Boleh tak terangkan sikit apa etika macam sebagai student, apa yang Puja kena ikut?
Ethics tu macam moral principle, semua orang kena follow. Lepas tu even students pun ada banyak principle kat poly, macam tak boleh pakai pakaian ketat. Lepas tu dari segi kaum pun orang non-Muslim ada dia orang punya principle and Muslim ada principle dia.
Itu je.
Saya Nur Ibn Syazwana. Hari ini saya akan menemui seorang pelajar daripada PMJB yang bertajuk apakah yang difahamkan tentang etika. Okey, bersama saya Syarmila, bukan Wan Nur Syarmila tapi Syarmila, okey? Okey, Syarmila, apa yang awak faham tentang etika?
Okay, etika ni dia macam kod ataupun undang-undang semasa kerja. Etika ni dia ada jenis-jenis dia.
Contoh dia etika individu, etika organisasi, lepas tu etika formation, etika normatif. Okay. Etika ni dia terbagi pada dua juga, Islam dengan Barat. Terima kasih Syamila. Thank you.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Okey, hari ni kita akan menunggu ramah seorang pelakon Tamil yang sangat hebat kat Malaysia. Okey, kita akan jumpa dia kat sana. Jom. Hai Anan. Okey, this is Anan. Okey Anan, boleh kita tunggu ramah sedikit?
Okey, boleh.
Okey, soalan saya, you tahu tak apa itu etika?
Etika apa yang saya faham adalah apa yang saya tahu adalah etika itu tingkah laku, akhlak macam tu, lepas tu adab macam tu.
Okey, you tahu tak ada berapa jenis etika?
Etika biasanya 3 jenis kan. Satu individu, lepas tu lagi satu apa tu individu, lagi satu profesional, lagi satu organisasi contoh dalam poli kan ada MPB organisasi. MPB. Untuk saya sebagai MPB. Lepas tu lepas tu untuk contoh profesional, doktor, guru, lecturer macam tu kan. Itu.
Okey, so last sekali soalan saya, apa kepentingan etika ni?
Kepentingan memang untuk menjaga maruah diri seorang individu, jadikan nama buruk dia seorang tu nanti boleh jaga nama baik lah.
Okey, terima kasih banyak.
Salah. Tengok tak? Kerja dekat politeknik ni ada etika tak? Ada. Apa antaranya?
Masuk kerja nak kena cepat. Lepas tu tanggal rehat pukul 10 sampai 10.30. Habis tu masuk nak kena buat kerja lah. Tak boleh nak mula. Pakaian nak kena syariah.
So, we have watched the video. Very thankful for our special guest tonight, Miss Emilia. Thank you.
Welcome.
Miss Dr. Arifah Syafiqa and Ustazah Farhan. Thank you so much for sharing about the detail of ethics. Okay, clap your hand for the attendants are coming today. Thank you for coming. Goodbye. Okay, see you soon.